All right, so that is my song, but I'm gonna cut it short because I'm gonna try to clump all of this into what? All right. Well, okay. I may have to schedule this for later. Um, I wanted to come and talk to you ladies though about your personal safety out here in this world of Warcraft. And, you know, people, thinking that, remember the other day we talked about on the other channel, I've got the power. I get the power. But it's really not funny when you've got somebody extremely destructive, diabolical, controlling that wants to do you harm. And a lot of these men are going to have to wise up. I've looked at probably at least, I would say, probably 10 cases that I've heard about on the news that was the direct result of black magic and people doing what we call puppetry. Okay. So, in a lot of cases, when a lot of you women have enemies or people that don't like you, sometimes having a man can be dangerous. It can be just outright dangerous because you have this person that can be used to cause harm to you. And I think that this happens a lot. And a lot of men that choose to ignore and deny the power of the craft that even their own fellow men are using against them for whatever reason, jealousy, just for the hell of it. There's a lot of people that do things just for the fucking fuck of it. Just for the fuckery. Next thing you know, you got this man threatening your life because he's either got a demon or a spirit on him. Um, and a lot of y'all, the relationship don't survive that shit. It doesn't survive, a man uh and his abusive nature. Hold on a second, guys. Hey, Jay. Hold on real quick. I'll be right back.
Alright, here's the trash bag and clean my room.
Thank you, baby.
Wait, you're cleaning yours?
All right. Go. Okay, guys, I'm back. So, you know, everybody that practices witchcraft does not do it responsibly. And while there can be serious, very serious repercussions that are going to occur to people that are doing certain things that can really, really do harm to you. People think that if they get away with it for a year, if they get away with it for 2 years or 3 years, they think that it ain't gonna never creep up their butt. But it will. It will eventually creep up their butt and bite them. So I just wanted to say to men and women, because it's very difficult, but a lot of y'all, and this is the reason why I'm always constantly working court cases and I'm always constantly working money cases and uncrossings and stuff, because a lot of you guys, y'all end up becoming possessed and, walking away from your relationships because things get so volatile. Um, this stuff can come from just about anywhere. It can come from your ex, um, can come from an extremely angry person who just wants to get revenge. And there are some practitioners out there that will take those kind of cases. By the way, I don't take those kind of cases. Okay. Only time I ever do any destruction breakup work is if you are wanting to get back together with that person. Otherwise, I don't do nothing for revenge. Especially when it comes to relationships or love, unless somebody done raped somebody or raped a kid, or, if somebody stole your money, you know. But otherwise, I don't do that kind of crap, okay? Because I'm not desperate for money. There are some people that will desperately do anything, and I just don't do it that way, okay? I like to keep my work as ethical as possible, okay? And that's just a part of my personality. This is one of the reasons why a lot of people have an issue with me, because I am what you consider to be goody two shoes, because I do shit right. Okay, I don't do stupid shit. There's a lot of people out there doing stupid shit. Okay, just to let y'all know, they doing the most. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm straightening up my room because I got some stuff going on up here, and because my house I done outgrew it. I should have been probably moved, but hey, it is what it is. So you just have to be careful. I think men should start to educate themselves about the craft, instead of ignorantly saying, hey, well, I'm protected and I've got God or Jesus. You know how many people go to court saying, oh, I have God or Jesus? Because Jesus's father gave everybody free will. And even though witchcraft that involves spirits does tend to take away the free will, but what I mean by that is that God gave you free will to either be ignorant to the fact of this stuff or to know about it. That's all I'm saying. I think it would be so much better for people. I think it would be a lot healthier if people would just accept it. There are some people that think, oh, witchcraft is bullcrap and it doesn't work, but their lives are being affected and they're possessed. Right now, I can think of at least 3 or 4 men who are literally under possession of some kind of dark magic, claiming that it doesn't exist. And I think that it can create a really uh, devastating situation for a lot of you women out there. I mean, my God, we already live in a world where men, they equate masculinity with this toxic masculinity. They equate that, you know, with each other, and then you mix that with black magic, and the next thing you know, you have a bunch of stuff going on that you don't want. So um, I am urging men to become more educated on this and stop being afraid of it, because a lot of y'all have these fake friends, aka handlers. A lot of men have fake friends, fake family members who just really, some people are just extremely manipulative. Okay. They just like to do what they think is going to cause harm. You never know. You could be with somebody or in love with somebody that's meant to be a life insurance payout. It's happening very often. People doing death magic for life insurance because people in general are bums. They are. They're bums. Okay. And they have no idea how to go out there and make it without trying to harm somebody else. So, that's kind of the world we live in. So, for example, if your significant other is like a golden person, for the family, the sacrifice, aka the goddamn sacrifice, you think that they want that person to be in a relationship with you to where they wouldn't be able to cash in on that person at any moment. Okay, poverty can be very dangerous. And there are some people that don't know how to see their way out of poverty. And the next thing you know, the next thing you're a victim of some kind of hoax. It's very, very real. Okay, and they're even starting to make witchcraft a part of the hoax, and part of the draw is that they can go and get this kind of dark magic workings done for very, very cheap. Okay. And know how to protect yourself. The very same people that are factually attacking you, they are also the ones that are telling you that witchcraft is bad, that you should have no knowledge of it. But that's a lie. You should have knowledge of it. Okay. At least by now, you should know what's going on. And I believe that a lot of these, even these murder suicides that you see that couples do, and you get somebody that doesn't know anything about it and they just give in to spirit. I talk like, probably when I do readings for y'all, I can tell that at least 70% of y'all that I do readings for these days are horribly under possession. And so my spirits will work on you to give you clarity. But we just don't run people down. I'm not gonna beg you and say, please get some help. Let me help you. I don't do stuff. I don't do, I don't do stuff like that. Okay. You gotta have that discernment. Okay. And so when I talk to y'all, I can tell that you're under possession. I can tell when you're under possession. Okay. Even if I don't know you, I can tell that you're under possession. It's just something that it was a gift that I was born with. This was one of the reasons why growing up, I could always use my spiritual gifts and I guess my spidey senses, so to speak, to protect myself from bad people, even when I was a little kid, a little baby, you know what I'm saying? So that's something that I can always tell. A lot of y'all will say, well, should I walk away? Well, you know what? That's what that spell work is meant to do. It's meant to make you walk away from that person. So you need to gain some clarity. I can't make that decision for you. You have to make that decision for yourself. But men have got to stop acting like little babies. Now, the one thing that I've noticed is that when men get into the craft and they start learning, they start coming up with these schemes and scams. And that's where you have a problem. If you are a male that knows about the craft, don't go and get corrupted. It's very easy for male practitioners to become corrupt. And that's not good either. Okay, it's not, because what you do is you end up creating a bunch of problems and issues for yourself. Okay, so yeah, I've noticed that about male practitioners. They start to, men already have what I call a God complex. They do. Um, yeah, trust me, it has definitely made me, you know, question, why am I even here? It has. It's gotten me down before, but at the end of the day, I always pick myself up. Okay, you got to pick yourself up and you got to say, you know what? Because a lot, and when I see women that are corrupt like that, I really feel so scared for this world, because as women, we are supposed to help the situation. We're not supposed to play the same game or try to replicate men. And I'm not fighting with men on anything. I'm not fighting with any man. That's not my job to fight with a man. What I do is I give it to God, because I don't have time to be fighting with no man over nothing. Okay. But you may get caught up in a situation to where somebody may know some black magic and they don't like the person. It don't even have to be your man. It could be a friend of yours. Somebody don't like a friend of yours, and they want to. Oh, I want to destroy. Oh, that's your best friend, or that's somebody that you like, or that's somebody that. Oh, I'm gonna try to destroy both of them, and the next thing you know, you got all this crazy shit going on in your life. And if she knows about conjure, and or if there's some kind of psychic ability that is being utilized, which is why I've been talking about blood magic a lot, because yeah, y'all gonna start seeing that a lot, because it seems like everything else has just been falling on deaf ears and just not. Yeah, yeah. You gonna see a lot of people talking about blood magic very soon, because you know uh it's creating too many problems, and going back and forth, and people are being killed and beaten, and people are having a lot of problems and a lot of issues, and stress is killing a lot of people. And so it's just it's gotten bad out there, because you know a lot of times people that are practicing in the craft, they really can't admit when they've made a mistake, so they're constantly looking for a scapegoat. Okay. So if somebody practices the craft and they've made a mistake, and they may know that they made a mistake, but they may be too afraid, or either they feel like the timing ain't gonna never be right for them to kind of make good on the stuff that they've done, which I don't see why, if you can figure out how to do other stuff, why you can't figure out how to free yourself, you know? Yeah, women are the nurturers, and being a witch doesn't make me manly. I'm not manly. Um, I feel that being destructive, yeah, being destructive, anybody can do that, but can you heal something? Can you transmute a negative situation? That takes a very strong person to be able to transmute a negative situation into something positive. Okay. And right now, people are not doing it. Everything is off balance, and the cleaners have been here. They've been here. And I call them the cleaners, because they are very real. No, I don't think it has anything to do with these aliens. I think they make it worse. But I'm talking about the spiritual cleaners are here. Okay. So, men, learn about that, and quit blaming it on the woman. I guess in a perfect world, no woman would have to ever practice any craft, even though women are constantly, you're still a witch. There's kitchen witchery, there's all sorts of things that we do as witches that doesn't necessarily look like witchcraft, but it is. Okay. But it'll never happen. And the reason why is because the world is so corrupt. Without witchcraft, we would be lost. all of our men would turn against us. We would, and we're already being murdered at an alarming rate by males that are, to me, it's not always witchcraft. Sometimes it can be just random spirits, or either just somebody got a mental problem, or somebody just is a self-destructive person, or they're just destructive or whatever. So it ain't, but I think that a lot of the times, more often than not, it is black magic and witchcraft that is being used. And a lot of people don't know how to let go and let God. They don't know how to release shit. Yeah, they don't know how to release nothing. They don't know how to just let go. They don't care if it, a lot of people are very suicidal. They don't care about what they do. They put money before their well-being, which is not good to do that, because there's a saying that goes, all money ain't good money. So a lot of people are willing to do that, and they're willing to compromise themselves because they're impatient and they want instant gratification. And then some of y'all exes from 10 years ago that you wouldn't even believe is following you around, still obsessed with you. They could even be married. I have seen a lot of you guys having an ex from 10 plus years ago, 20 years ago, married, still obsessed, having a bad side to them, having this dark side of them that has this obsession with you, while at the same time keeping up appearances in this marriage, but going and either doing the work themselves to attack you. And that's why you guys, it's hard to move on. And and a lot of people, sadly, when you look throughout history, people have succumbed to these curses before. You don't even have to do death magic on somebody to kill them with witchcraft. You don't even have to have that intent, but witchcraft can kill them. So I want men to start being more honest about it. I realize that a lot of men do not want to acknowledge witchcraft because of that misogyny, but it'll do you some good. It'll do you some good to go ahead and just admit to it, and try to take some kind of guidance from a woman that is not just hell bent on revenge or using witchcraft to do harm to people. you know because I think for a long time, one of the another reason why witchcraft is so stigmatized is, and authentic witches hate this, because we know that it's about so much more than dark magic and bad things, that it's used as a way of, oh, I'm being rebellious, I'm going to turn to witchcraft because I'm bad as hell, and I'm dancing with the devil in the pale moonlight. And then and it's supposed to always be this programmic, thing, to where when you done did a bunch of stuff in the craft, now you got to go back to Jesus. And that's not witchcraft either. That's not witchcraft either. That has, uh, you know witchcraft is so many different things that are outside of that. You have to understand that witchcraft existed far before Abrahamic religion. Yeah, I don't practice, but I'm drawn to women who do. My mother was a practitioner. Yeah, well, you know what? That's good that you said that, John Lane, because honestly, I get accused of it a lot, but I'm not drawn towards people sexually either. I'm drawn towards myself sexually, totally. But on, like, as far as how I perceive myself to the rest of the world, or how I project myself to the rest of the world, outside of myself, I'm very asexual, because I think people are just perverted. They too thirsty when it comes to sex, and I'm just like, ill. You know. In fact, I'd rather not hear about other people talk about sex unless it is somebody that I might be sexually involved with, or I just think that too many it's too people are way too open sexually for me. Okay, and that's just me. It's just the type of person that I am, and I think that with that openness of sexuality, I think that that is inviting in a lot of problems too. So, but yeah, a lot of you men need to realize when you are being compromised, when you are being possessed by this bad spirit that's making you do things and say things that you wouldn't otherwise do. Because there have been many, many men that have killed women, that have done horrible things to women. Um, and, a lot of them will say, oh my God, I blacked out. I'm very careful around people who say that they blacked out, because that means that you didn't even have control over yourself, and you're supposed to keep control over yourself. Even though people may piss you off and you may want to do things, or you have to have control of yourself. I'm not impressed by that. A lot of people are impressed by ignorance, and I'm not. When I hear that, I know I can't trust you. But as far as like with the classic things that you guys say to me when I'm doing your readings for you, that is the direct result of breakup work, is why you're saying and feeling those things. And then breakup work is going to do what? Breakup work is going to block the heart chakra. Breakup work is going to block, it's going to pervert the heart chakra. It's going to put all kinds of negative spirits and energies in you. And you have to be able to fight it. You can't just become a puppet. That's not just men, women as well. Now, I've done couples therapy and counseling before, and I've dealt with situations to where both of them were. I'm like, both of y'all possess. God dang it, the man and the woman, and they just going and going and going and going and going without any real understanding of what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't like the way I don't do society and sex at all. At all. Yeah. Their standards for sex, what they consider to be sexy, I don't. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. Okay. In fact, I don't. That's like a personal thing. To me, it's a personal thing between you and your partner. Okay. It's not something that, I wanna, I don't wanna. Maybe several years ago I was different, but I've gotten older and wiser. So, it's just how I am these days. And there are some things that are black magic, because we've been talking about aliens and stuff. We've been talking about, and that's another threat. Okay, that's another threat to our world. But there is a such thing as black magic, and there are some people, they will look at you and your spouse and they'll say, I want them to kill each other. I just want to see if I can do it. I really just want to do something really dark, and I just want to see if I can get these two people to kill each other, and hurt each other. And it's just kind of like, really? Wow. Wow. I've seen it. 'Cause whenever people doing work on you, I can go back 10 years ago, longer than that, and I can see and feel what they were thinking. I can sense what they were thinking by the look on their faces, their body language, and sometimes I can even see petitions that are written out in my visions when I'm seeing people doing work on you. And these are things that are happening. These are visions that I'm having even before you tell me what you're contacting me about. I'll be like, wow, it's something on that person. I can tell. And some people are just like that. It's like any other bad person in the world, you can't let it take over you. There are things that you can put into place to protect you. You don't have to, I don't have these discussions with you to bring fear to you. I have these discussions with you to bring you enlightenment and to let you know that there are things that you can do about it. And yes, they do work. Yes, my spells work. Yes, they do. You don't have to be an evil, diabolical. I'm going to do this and do that. And it's like, you don't have to be a, you know what I'm saying? One of them type of people to have, to make spell, to, to have power. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's a quiet strength or whatever, you know. Yeah, it is fucked up. And one of the biggest things that protects us against that type of magic is the pentacle, but everybody is afraid of the pentacle and the pentagram, the Solomon seal. People are afraid of that. And it's just so bizarre. It really is. So protect yourself, men. Start opening up your eyes to that. Yes, I do believe that the Bible is valid because I believe that in some cases, especially when it comes to your loved ones and your children, you do have to be forgiving. I would somebody that I love if they made a mistake. Now, if they keep making that mistake over and over again, and I'm gonna be like, maybe I should love you from a distance. But it just it is what it is, okay? And so I do think that the things that we learned in the Bible are important because if you are actually truly in the Holy Spirit, as so to speak, then you'll have that discernment, and then you'll be able to, if somebody says something wow to you or whatever, you'll be able to say, okay, I have an understanding of that. Just don't try to do that no more. But like I said, some of y'all got y'all exes riding y'all asses. That y'all got y'all exes riding y'all asses. And I'd be mad as hell if I hooked up with a man and he still hung up on his ex like that, and he bringing all this negative karma into my damn life because he doing work on his ex that he's still obsessed with, following him around in social media, being real quiet, hiding in the bushes. I like, please don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm asking everybody, and I was encouraging people to move on and let go this new moon because people are tired of it. People are not dumb. People know about it. I don't care what alien you go to, they can't change it because I believe that, witches, in particular women, are the closest thing to God besides children and babies. Okay. So, just move on, move past it, get past it, stop tripping off of it, let it go. Because a lot of women, they'll say, Jamila, I got an ex. And I broke up with this man like 15 years ago. And I know for a fact that he's doing something. I done tried to move on. I can tell I keep having these visions of this person. People are not stupid. Just because you don't say something to somebody doesn't mean that they don't know that it's there, and eventually it is going to bite you in the ass. Even if it's not until the day you die, you're going to be questioned about it. If you don't have good enough reason, which I'm not going to say what the reasons are. Okay, I'm not going to say what the reasons are, but if you don't have good enough reason to be attacking somebody, that's just like, and see, that's what I'm saying. A lot of us witches, we hate that because people think that our craft is some freaking dumping ground for crap, and it's not. So they would never ever dare, but some of them do, under Christianity or Catholicism, they would never, ever, ever just go and dump all their garbage there. But they think they can do it with our crap. And that's why the pagan gods are fighting. A lot of these pagan gods and, ancient spirits, they are sick of it. They sick of it. So they're not even necessarily fighting against religion. They're not. They're fighting against people that abuse the power that they're given, even from the Bible. And then also, again, my craft and my spiritual beliefs is not just some dumping ground for you to go, because there's too many good things that can be manifested out of the craft. Now, do I believe that some curses are good? I do think that some people that are doing things that they shouldn't be doing, I do think that a nice little hex or a curse will help those people. But sometimes it doesn't. Some people are just like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this, when you have to go and do a really powerful blood binding on them. Okay. It doesn't matter how they feel. It doesn't matter. It's the point of what's manifesting in your life. Are you manifesting good things? Are you feeling good? Are you, are you feeling hopeful? Do you know that everything's going to be okay? Are you getting confirmation? Then that is what matters. Okay. And it really doesn't matter who the fuck is talking about you, unless they talking about you in a courtroom. Okay. Otherwise, there's no courtroom on YouTube or in fucking social media, even though people can be very, very annoying in social media, the way they follow behind liars. But even when somebody's lying on you, hell, what difference does that make? At the end of the day, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I done seen spirits show up way too, and they always on time. That they show up in the nick of time. So do the work and sit back and relax and stop tripping. Do the work. Stop worrying. That's what I always have to tell my clients. Trust the process. I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth. Okay. And sometimes, again, sometimes things can, but if you're not doing the proper work and you're withholding information, and or either you're trying to, you don't want, I don't know, it's all things are important, and we can miss things during divination too. So some of y'all got an ex that's hanging out around, I'll be like, oh my God, we need these exes to move on, because especially when it comes to men, men do this a lot. They do this a lot. Men practice witchcraft more than women, by the way, but men do this a lot. They will appear to be moving on, but they will be doing black magic to where all of their exes, it'd be like 10 of them. They just, oh, I don't want nothing to ever work out for them. And that's exactly what you're dealing with. Now, do you ignorantly move forward in life bitter with hatred in your heart? No, you do the work that's required. Okay. You do the work that's required and you live life. Okay, guys, but I gotta go. Okay. I will see y'all later. Y'all can check out my website for consultations. I would like to see more male students and have a couple of male apprentices. And the reason why is because a lot of you men, when I see y'all practicing sometimes, I just be like, what the hell? Right. And that's just disgusting. He need to go take care of his penis demons. That's disgusting. I don't let none of my exes come back and have sex with me whenever they want. I got stuff put into place to protect me from that. If I don't want you, I don't want you no more. You ain't getting no sex from me. And I think men need to be careful casting these spells, these sex spells and stuff, because that, spirit might see that as, I don't know, rape. Possibly. You never know. Okay. All right, y'all, but I gotta go. Y'all have a good one. Okay. Thank you for coming, John. I appreciate your presence here. All right, guys. Blessings. Bye.